Come out of the box.
Hello YouTube, cheers and welcome to The Basement. My name is Bruce Lively.
And I'm D-Boy Slim.
And The Basement is the first daily hip-hop debate show. On Tuesday through Friday, we tackle the most intriguing topics in hip-hop culture and the world around it. So welcome back, Basement family. And I'm not saying nothing else but Joe Budden. Joe Budden. This dude, Joe Budden, in the Migos interview at the b.e.t. Awards. Listen, we gotta ask the question, did he do what we all have been thinking? I mean, come on, are we serious? Or was he simply unprofessional? That's today's question. Joe Budden, unprofessional or justified at the b.e.t. Awards? With that being said, let go.
Yeah, we back.
Yes, indeed.
The biggest thing going right now, everybody talking about this Joe Buttons.
Yeah, it's a funny one. Your boy kind of went ham.
There's been a lot of interviews and social media going crazy about it. It's a trending topic, but me and Bruce going to debate, was it justified or was it unprofessional?
It was a little bit unprofessional.
I thought it was justified. First of all, if you sit down to do an interview, the interviewer is under the presumption that you want to be interviewed. That's the first thing. So then, you know, irregardless of ill feelings that they may have had going into the interview or whatever have you. So that's just to start things off. Now, getting right into it, I'm not gonna hold y'all. There was, academics and Joe Buttons have both come out and said that prior to the interview, or getting ready to set up the interview, Joe Buttons tried to shake the Migos' hands. 2 out of the 3 Migos shook his hand. I think Quavo didn't shake his hand. Okay, so then there's tension right then and there. Again, if you sit down to do an interview with somebody, that's saying that you want to be interviewed. They sat down to do the interview. Now, Joe Budden said, well, and I'll skip to the part where you seen him drop the mic and walk up out of the interview. Joe Budden said that his producer had been signaling them to go ahead and wrap the interview up.
Y'all move as a collective.
All right, we got to wrap this up, though.
Okay. My bad. Have you tried to jump?
Wrap it up then.
It was Academic's first time on the, on the big carpet or whatever, doing that type of big interview. So, the part where he's saying he couldn't hear them or whatever, or actually he didn't understand what the guy was saying, Academics attributed to not being able to hear in the venue or whatever.
What'd you say? Look. Say again?
So that may have annoyed the Migos even more, whatever the case, when actually, in all actuality, the guy Academics asked him, how did it feel not being on, the biggest song of Migos, arguably the biggest song of Migos' career, which was Bad and Bougie? How did, you was the one that wasn't on the song. The guy wanted to get smart, which probably upset Joe Budden even more. And again, like I said, he's already being signaled to wrap the show up. So he yells out, let's wrap this up. Quavo feeling that energy or whatever, and I think it was Quavo that was already, uptight anyway, as we later found out that there was tension maybe from the Yachty interview that they did. All of this is going on, and like I said, Joe Buttons is signaling, let's wrap this up. This guy Academics proceeds to, for lack of just better words, the guy's sucking the guy off, like. Sucking Migos off, like, Well, Migos is my favorite group, and Joe Budden just, he got tired of it. He said, you know what, enough's enough, and just walked out.
Man, it's one of my favorite groups. I've been covering for so long. I'm glad they succeeded, man.
Hey, man, you guys are nominated tonight. Have a good show.
I think that's justified under the circumstances. You told him one time to wrap it up.
He was wrapping it up.
That's that.
He was wrapping it up.
That's that. They were very argumentative, very standoffish. He asked a simple question. What did you feel about not being on the Bad and Bougie song?
Do it look like I wasn't on the song?
Do it look like I'm left off Bad and Bougie? What'd you say? Do it look?
The guy tried to get smart.
Do it look like I wasn't on the song?
At this point, Buttons is through.
Nah, I feel you, man. You can easily be frustrated when talking to Migos. This is not the first time. There's another person that we respect in this interview game. His name is Charlamagne the God, and he said the same thing. I believe it was yesterday. More than likely, Joe Budden was frustrated with having to deal with a group of people who don't want to answer questions in any kind of intelligible way, and not just because they have a southern accent or whatever. That's not true. Andre Benjamin, as my man pointed out before the show, has a southern accent. You hear everything that he's saying. The truth is, it's this whole deal of, well, the least amount you can understand makes me cool for some reason. The way that let's open your mouth and talk. I feel the frustration. The way they want to answer the question, you could have easily answered it by saying, well, I wasn't there because I don't have to be there. The song. Whenever they do something, I'm always a part of it. I was there. That's how you answer it. If after all of that, you're still unprofessional. Because Charlamagne the God dealt with that, he didn't get up and walk away. There's a professional way to do it. And the main reason why Joe Budden's unprofessional is not just because of this incident, but this is what he does. Last week, he was yelling at the Complex employee, and he's more known for that than an interview.
That is why you fail.
All of his over 120, maybe 150 podcasts right now, he has like 0 A-listers. You know why? Because he's a professional ranter. He's always looking for a fight. He's known more for that than giving any type of commentary. And after what you said about Lil Yachty and or how you feel about these guys, instead of bringing that up to them and talking to them about it like a professional would have done and probably got more ratings, because this is doing good. It's entertainment, but this will die. And he will again not get another A-list artist on the podcast for himself. He will again be mad at another Complex story that completely disses him, even though he's on their channel. They do this to him, and he doesn't get those types of interviews because he's unprofessional. There's a professional way. If you want to be an a-hole, like we said, Charlamagne the God is a professional a-hole. And he finds a way to get the right story, the right scoop, stay there the whole time, and be in these people's faces while not having to throw the mic down and walk away like a spoiled child. Joe Budden, on the other hand, he's still he thinks that he's still just a rapper. There's other people who've made this transition. I'm gonna stop it here. Heather B is one of them. She became a professional interviewer when she went on Sway in the Morning. You have people like Ludacris, who was a professional radio host before he was a rapper. DJ Envy and Who Kid. These are professional musicians who switched over to the side of being the interviewer and the radio guy. You can do it. It can be done. You don't have to always be the most macho, and even if you are, there's a way that you do it professionally and get more answers. You don't like the answer a guy said? You say that then. Allow him to respond. This is what a professional does. You're looking at one right here.
Listen, we don't have much to say on this show. But one thing we are gonna do is keep it a stack. We're gonna be honest. And truthfully, if you want to get extra technical or on what's professional, we would be sitting here wasting the people's time. Our question was it unprofessional or is justified? Let me be the one to say that
it's both.
Exactly. My partner tried to take it out of my mouth.
Okay.
Was it unprofessional? Maybe. Was it justified? It definitely was justified. The guy asked a simple question. The producer's signaling to wrap it up. He said wrap it up. The guy's already gotten smart with you. Why are you sitting here talking about this as one of your favorite people? I'm out of here. Nah, I'm not going to Joe Budden, y'all.
You're not going to do that again.
But, yeah.
What do you guys think? I think
let us know.
Despite the justification, like I said, you're justified to feel a certain way or to be annoyed with it. But there's a professional way to handle that. And therefore, it's not justified. The right way, there's a right way and a wrong way. And it isn't both. It's just unprofessional. It's funny, it's hilarious, gonna get a couple clicks, but I'm sure Complex News would have loved to get him a better answer. What do you guys think?
You know why it's justified? Because we wouldn't be sitting here talking about it. That's how we know that it's justified. And everybody else wouldn't be.
No, we sit here and talk about Lil Wayne when he threw his blood rag out on national TV too. That wasn't justified.
If there wasn't another side to it, there would be nothing to argue about. And that's why we all know that it's justified. And beyond that, you said that it was justified in your opening statements. You'll have to play that back.
I didn't. I gave two sides of the coin.
But yeah, it was definitely justified. Unprofessional. We could debate that another time.
Okay. There it is. It's up to you guys. I gave all the reasons.
Y'all let us know. Justified or unprofessional?
Unprofessional.
Any shout outs?
Yes. Only one shout out today. Fleetwood Spice Collection. You know what it is. That's one of the sponsors. Shouting you guys out again. You know 4th of July is coming. Check them out. Go to the website. Check them out. You're going to love it. Other than that, that's all we got for you. So, with that being said,
we out of here.
Peace.